Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Aston Edmonds with Health and Wellness, and today we have a very easy, very healthy, very delicious recipe for you guys today. As you can see from the title, it's going to be a protein pumpkin pie, although the consistency is going to be more of a cake consistency. That's just how we're going to keep it healthy and simple. The problem with a lot of these healthy recipes is they're very complicated. They take a lot of ingredients, most of which, I've never heard of or I don't have lying around the house. So it's a real pain. And then, it takes 2 hours to cook. By the end of it, you're only saving 50 calories or whatever, but it's made from healthy ingredients. But what we're gonna try to do is come up with a very quick, very simple recipe that tastes great. Although, it's not gonna mimic the real thing exactly. It does taste very good in my opinion. I eat this probably every day for breakfast for the past 4 months, give or take a day or two, where I just didn't have the ingredients. Alright, like I said, this is a very simple recipe. You're not gonna need very many ingredients. The first obvious ingredient is going to be pumpkin. I'm gonna be using canned pumpkin, and you wanna make sure you're getting 100% pure pumpkin and not the pumpkin pie mix. The cans look very similar, although the calorie content on the pumpkin pie mix is a lot higher, so it's gonna turn it into a real pumpkin pie and not a healthy protein pumpkin pie. Alright, secondly, we're gonna be using protein powder. I'm gonna be using Calorie cinnamon swirl. This is my favorite one to use on this recipe, although you can use whatever flavor you like. I recommend either a cinnamon, a vanilla, or like a peanut butter, some sort of flavor that matches the recipe. I'm gonna warn you, if you use a mint chocolate chip, it's gonna be nasty. But anyways, not all protein powders work for this recipe. Some just cook better than others. Ones that I found that do work are gonna be Calorie, obviously the one that I'm using. Quest Nutrition, although the consistency is a little bit different because they use casein. MTS Nutrition Whey, and also My Protein Impact Whey. Those are ones I know for sure, although most proteins probably will work for this recipe. However, some that I know do not cook well is going to be Smart Powders, Whey, and Muscle Farm. Alright, the next ingredient is baking soda, not baking powder. It needs to be baking soda or it's going to turn out differently. Then we're just going to spice it up. I'm going to be using cinnamon, ground ginger, and nutmeg. You can spice it however you like. A lot of recipes for pumpkin pie, call for allspice. I personally like it better without, but it's going to be up to you. Alright, we are going to be going into first person mode for the first part of the recipe, and that is just going to be getting 2 servings of the canned pumpkin, which is going to be 240 grams on our scale. Alright, next up we're going to add the protein. You're going to need to add 40 grams of the protein. If you notice, most serving sizes for protein is going to be around the 35 gram mark. So it is going to be a little bit more than 1 serving, and you'll just have to adjust that in whatever app you're using to track your macros. So there we go, 40 grams of protein. Alright, next up we're going to add 1/2 teaspoon of the baking soda. I like to just try to sprinkle this lightly across, like a light layer, just so when it mixes up it will be dispersed evenly. Alright, next up, I personally like 1/4 teaspoon, so I got a 1/2 teaspoon here. I'm just going to do half of this of the ground ginger and the same amount, 1/4 teaspoon of the nutmeg. Then for cinnamon, personally I like a lot of cinnamon, but for recipe's sake, we're going to go ahead and say 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. So it's going to be 4 of these 1/2 teaspoons. Alright, now we're just going to mix it up. You want to be careful because the powder doesn't like to mix with the pumpkin, so it will kind of go flying out of the bowl. So you have to mix it in gently. As you can see, some of the protein does want to clump up in the pumpkin, so you want to make sure all of the clumps are out and everything is mixed up thoroughly. Now that we got it all mixed up, we're just gonna throw it in the microwave for 3 minutes. Depending on your microwave and how powerful it is, you may need more time. The way you're gonna be able to tell is the center is gonna be still the pumpkin consistency if it's not ready. So just add, 30 seconds and keep that going until it's fully cooked. All right, it is out of the microwave, and as you can see, it is really fluffed up quite a bit, and this is the right consistency that we are looking for. It's kind of like a cake consistency. Now it is time to put toppings on it, and this is going to be the part where you can really customize it to your liking or whatever your macros are for the day. So if you have lower fat, you probably don't want to put almond butter on it. You could always top it with fat-free whipped cream, regular whipped cream, really anything you want. Mayonnaise, although that's going to be disgusting, I wouldn't recommend it. But right now for the video, I'm going to show you the way I personally like it the best, and that is going to be with almond butter and Walden Farms calorie-free syrup. This stuff is hard to find. You may have to order it online, but it is delicious. It tastes just like regular syrup. Alright, so we're just going to go ahead and put 32 grams, which is 1 serving of almond butter. Like I said, this is a higher fat option for topping, but it tastes delicious. Alright, this may not look too appetizing right now, but let me tell you, it is absolutely delicious. So there you have it. That is the end of the recipe. As you can see, it only took about 5 minutes tops to make, but it is delicious. So I hope you guys give this a shot. If you do, let me know what you think down below in the comments. I'd love to hear your opinions and your feedback. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up rating. That helps the channel grow. And if the channel grows, that means I can help more people. If you think any of your friends would be interested, go ahead and share this video, whether it's through email, Twitter, or Facebook. That helps me grow as well, and I greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You'll be notified when I upload future videos. But in the meantime, thanks for watching and have a great day.